At the end. Now we'll move on to our deep dive for the day, which, this is a concept that we want to do here as a way to go deeper on a particular topic. Rather than try to tackle all the details at a training session in person, it allows us to spend more time on one subject without overloading people. And so today we're going to talk about the best ways to utilize social media for your clubs, districts, and events. And here to present are a few of our great assistant public image coordinators. In fact, it's the Texas contingent of our coordinators, Amber Scarborough, Xavier Tosin, and Patrick Harrison. Take it away.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, everybody?
We are pumped to be here with you guys. Xavier, you there too? Say hi.
Woo woo. Hey, team.
I thought, just like Kyle said, being able to take this deep dive is a perfect opportunity. But I think one of the best things we can give you is also tools to take back to your districts to help you train your clubs and your district people. So I want you to know that these slides are going to be provided to you after as well on our website, on that zone website in the toolbox. So know that you will have access to these slides after we're done today. And I thought we'd get started with just a recap of that category 3. Kyle, I love that you showed us all 7 categories. I went ahead and just took a screenshot of category 3 so that you guys know what's in the social media category. Patrick or Xavier, y'all want to?
Well, first of all, I am just glad we're here, and I'm going to be shutting up this round as much as I can. But I will say this: everything you see here today has been tested and used for the last 5 years, so we know it works. So take this stuff back to your districts, take this stuff back to your clubs. It is helping clubs get social media reach and really have a successful social media campaigns and presence for their clubs and districts.
Absolutely. And I'll just add that, again, this is just an inexpensive way to get the message out to not only folks inside of the organization, but outside of the organization as well, and get them engaged. So happy learning.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not going to go through each of these categories. You guys have had a chance to see the slide. And again, they're going to be available to you on the zone as well. But these are the challenges that we've put forth to our districts. And again, we were wanting you to complete at least 3 of the 5, or hopefully all 5 of the 5 choices inside the category for social media. We thought we'd start with talking about the different types of social media platforms. And Xavier's going to take this.
Sure thing. So everyone's familiar with the largest platform out there. It's really in its own country. Billions of users use it. That is Facebook. You're going to find most of our members on Facebook. Now, what does that mean? That doesn't mean that, just because Rotary is 116 years old, that all the old people are on Facebook, but it kind of does, right? So most of our members will be on Facebook, and that's okay. You get a wide range of folks and demographics that may be on there. So most of your target audience is there. There are potential members, younger members that are on there as well. Hey, I'm on there, but I'm starting to creep over to the other side. So 35 is I wake up, my back hurts, so I'm on there too. All right, and it's great for engaging other partnership organizations. What does that mean? You have the United Way people on there. Just think people. Where are people at? And they're on there. And so it is its own country. It is large. And you can reach people around the world. LinkedIn is another great place to promote services that Rotary has to offer, or just Rotary clubs in general, and also some events that you may have coming up. In that particular audience, you're going to reach more business professionals. These are the people who, they work their corporate companies or their small businesses, and they're on LinkedIn because they're trying to engage and network with people, or get next to the who's who, like you guys on the call. It's a great place to promote your service to business leaders. You see success in regards to building out club pages, your Rotary club pages. You can build out on LinkedIn as well and increase a following there and promote your events and happenings on there as well. And it's also a great partnership for opportunities, right? And so, again, a lot of, executive level individuals on there. Decision makers are on LinkedIn. So this is an avenue or place and platform you want to target those type of individuals. Twitter is great to tweet small lumps of information out to prospective members or prospective respective organizations that you want to align with. It's a quick blurb about what may be happening. Hey, we got a rock star show coming up. We want you to come out. Quick tag and like maybe some images, and a great place to follow some interesting content. So you can follow some hashtags on there as well. Find out, what might be happening in your local community and how Rotary can tap into it, or how your club can become a part of it. There's a lot of good feed out there in the Twitterverse that you can find out some cool information. So check it out. Instagram. I love Instagram. That's where I'm spending most of my days. Like I said, I'm kind of on Facebook, kind of not on Facebook. So I'm leaning more towards Instagram and perhaps TikTok a little bit. I'm not all the way there, but we'll get to TikTok too. But Instagram, a lot of photos. Imagery drives people. They want to see what's happening. It's a quick way to get your message out there. It's going to go across people's feeds, and they're going to want to see what's happening. It has videos. It has reels. What are reels, you may be asking? You've heard of TikTok. It's short form video. You get to put a quick message out there about, something that may be happening, and it's engaging. And if you ask me, I probably spend an hour between 12 midnight and 1 a.m. on TikTok, just locked in. So I told Amber it was addicting. Don't do it. I'm warning against it. A much younger audience on Instagram and TikTok, but you get more engagement. People are more inclined to figure out what's happening with your organization and maybe want to even connect. I've started an organization platform on Instagram about 3 months ago. We have about 400 or 500 users on there actively engaging. So it's a pretty cool deal. Nextdoor. I think everyone's probably seen Nextdoor on your, out in your local community. Your HOA may be involved on a Nextdoor platform. Your neighbors on Nextdoor. It's a great way, if you are community centric, your club is in a local community, to really engage people, your neighbors, your friends, etc. It's a great platform. A lot of people don't think about it. 9 times out of 10, you see people selling things like a garage sale, or someone lost a cat or a dog. But you can also promote Rotary. It's a great platform. Invite your neighbors as well. Meetup.com. I think everyone's probably heard of it, but Meetup.com is another way where people are looking to get involved with some centric topic type of groups or people, organizations. My wife and I ran a couples meetup. Basically, like-minded couples come together. We do a date night. We go out and have wine and cheese and bread and things like that. And it's just a great way to involve people who are cause-based. So for our cause-based clubs, Tom is very good at growing those clubs. Meetup is a platform that you can look to the community to find out where those particular groups are. I mentioned TikTok. It's not on here, but I will say TikTok is a platform that the Rotaractors may be on. They're going to be more inclined to use that platform. So if you're seeking Rotaractors, or you're trying to create some creative content, TikTok is a platform for that. So any questions about any of these social media platforms? Have fun. I look forward to seeing your content and liking it.
They're great on the back of that, Xavier, is to remember that we don't have to create our own content. And I know that that's one of our biggest headwinds for clubs, is they don't know what to put out there. There's amazing content that Rotary International is putting out there for us. And all we have to do is click the share button, whether that be retweeting or share on Facebook or share on Instagram. And that's another thing. All of those on that previous slide, the things we're going to talk about going forward I'm going to use the word Facebook, but all of this translates between those platforms. They have a similar mechanism. You're going to still use the same hashtags and tagging. Those mechanics are going to translate between platforms. So forgive me if I just use the word Facebook. Know that I'm talking about all of them. So here's a good resource of who to follow, just to be able to reshare great content instead of having to create them ourselves. And I think this is an important slide, especially to share with our clubs about getting more engagement. So one of the biggest headwinds we see when we go to clubs is, raise your hand in this club if you follow the club Facebook page, and you get like 4 or 5 people that raise their hand, right? The first place we need to start is our own clubs. Let's get our members engaged with our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn pages. And so one of the first things our clubs can do is make a campaign to go invite the members to like the page. You can invite by doing it on the page itself with those little 3 buttons next to the share and invite your friends. Or you can also go and copy the URL and put it into an email and email it out to the whole membership and say, hey, here's a link, click it, open it, and click like. So we can do that 2 different ways to start engaging our membership that we already have. Patrick, you want to talk about building better interactions?
If not, I'll jump in there.
Oh, good.
So, how do you want to build better interactions? Well, you want to include a call to action. How many times have you posted something out there on social media and nothing happened? Well, it's because you didn't ask. A call to action says join now. It says buy now. It says join us. You want to make sure that you give them something to do. Users are always looking for something to do. They may see a nice picture, but if there's no call to action, they simply won't engage. And so share now is a great example of that. You want to say comment below, right? So say, for instance, if you post something and you're asking a question, or you say, hey, check out this service project that I did the other day. Comment below if you like to see more of this, or comment below if you want to join us on our next service project. You're giving them that action. Also, correctly tagging people in pages. What does that mean? So sometimes you see those posts and you may get tagged in it, and you and 96 other people, and you're like, why am I getting tagged in this? The 80-20 works in all situations, right? So you want to make sure you're tagging people who are going to support it, right? And they can share with their audience, and then it multiplies. That way it doesn't look like you're tagging folks just for likes, but you're tagging them because you can see them as being an ambassador to whatever post that you're tagging them in. And you want to interact with other people's posts. If you don't show up to other people's, birthday parties, they're probably not going to show up to your birthday party. It's the same thing with social media. So if you're on social media a lot, or you can just go on there every now and then. And I'll just be honest and transparent. I'm not on Facebook every day, but maybe once a week I'll go in and I'll just like every post I see, and not just because I'm liking it, but if I see it and I like it, I'll like it. But I just want to make sure that I'm keeping up with people and they know that I support their dreams and goals and things of that nature as well. You also want to post at times that make sense for your audience. Look, you may want to post something at 12 o'clock at night because you thought of it. Nobody's on there at that time. Nobody's going to like it. And if you've been on social media as long as I've been on, it does matter how many likes you get. I don't care what you say. Everybody likes to see at least 5 likes on their post. So what do? You want to make sure that you're posting at 4 p.m. if you know everybody's getting off work around your time. If you know that most people are online between 6 and 8, maybe you want to post at that time. That way you get more engagement. And also encourage your club members to like, share, and comment on your club's, postings. So encourage your club members. Hey, if you guys see a post, make sure you like it and share it, because we need to spread the message. We need to maximize this opportunity, especially when it comes to events and things of that nature. Any questions on how to build better interaction? All right, I'll check for it in the chat.
We are going to get into that tagging too that Xavier just referenced, because I think that's an important lesson we're going to give you guys to walk away with here today. But before we get into the tagging and the hashtagging, this was just something that we found to be really motivational for our clubs in our district in 5870. Was we went through and did an audit, and we went and saw how many followers each one of those clubs have. This is a couple of years old. I just took a screenshot of it. But then we published it, and then in a training session, we put it up there for everybody else to be able to see who's got more followers. And it really motivated the clubs to go out and increase their followers too. And it's an easy afternoon. Just go through the Facebook pages and fill out an Excel spreadsheet of who's got what likes. But that was a real fun and interactive way for clubs to get a little competitive with each other. And we want to share that idea. And then this one is normally what we start off with. We kind of brought it into the middle. But before we get into the actual art of posting, I think it's really important to remind everybody, it's not about what we're doing. And especially on social media, when we're putting content out, they don't care what we did. They care why we're doing it. So we need to make sure that we are phrasing our tone in our post and our content to make sure we're encapsulating the why. All right. So we'll dig straight into some examples of things to post that are great. Photos, videos, like Xavier said, reels, and we'll jump into those reels a little bit too in Q&A. I already feel them coming up. Whatever we're posting needs to be high quality, no fuzzy videos, needs to be relevant, needs to be something fun and shareable, and needs to be interactive. We want to see people doing stuff, not just the good old photo of us with our arms around each other in front of the check delivery, right? We want to see the why. What was the check going to? Make those photos high quality, relevant, and interactive.
This also goes, I'm back, by the way. Sorry.
Hi, there you are.
Lost my internet. I was like, Xavier's really frozen for a long time. So this also goes for Rotary International material. That's perfect, Xavier. You're going to trip me out. So the Rotary International material is getting better and better on a daily basis. Please don't post anything that looks like it was shot in the 1980s on the Dallas set. I mean, there is some stuff that's really bad out there that's still circulating. Try to pull that out of your districts and out of your clubs and put the new, really good, short to the point stuff. You're going to get more traction and reach.
Absolutely. This is, oh, my dogs are going to start barking. Patrick, you might have, there we go. Photos. This is an important thing. Photos have names. And when we take a photo on our phone and then we go and post it from our phone directly on Facebook, it's named automatically JPEG 02345667, right? It's just a number and it makes no sense to Google. But if we will take 2 seconds and just save it on our computer and give it a real name, Rotary Arbor Day Tree Challenge, then those words are now searchable, even though they don't appear anywhere. They're in the background and the label of the photo, but it helps with SEO. So that's one little free trick when we want to get better reach, is to take the extra step of saving the photo and giving it a real name before we post it. The next one is that tagging that Xavier was referencing earlier. This is a great tool to get better reach when we are posting something onto Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the above. The way it works, Facebook is very smart. It knows that Kyle and I are already Facebook buddies. It knows that we're friends and that we do things together. So if I'm saying, here I am on Zoom with Kyle tonight, as soon as I get to the KYL, Facebook's automatically going to pull up Kyle's name because he knows I'm a buddy of his and allow me to tag him. But let me see. Tony, Lucas, and I don't think are friends yet on Facebook, but we will be after. If I wanted to tag Tony, Facebook's not going to automatically pull up her name for me. But if I use the @ symbol and then start typing in TONILUC, by the time I get to AS, it's going to find you. And it's going to allow me to tag you just because I use that @ symbol in front of your name. This is really powerful when we want to tag other organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters or the rock stars that are at Paul's amazing concerts, right? When we want to start getting some really big reach by tagging organizations and people with big followings, it's a great tool to be able to allow us to get that greater reach.
And I think we have time for me to elaborate for 2 seconds, right?
Do it.
So why is this important? If Sean and Kyle and I are doing a project together and we all three have an average of 2,000 friends. So we're going to say that if Sean and Kyle and I do a project together, we might have 6,000 potential audience members in this post, right? That 6,000 potential people could see this post. But if you tag, like Amber was saying and Xavier was saying, we have an example here, Honeywell Aerospace, because maybe you did a project when Honeywell Aerospace came in and tried to teach something in the city of Chicago. You're going to tag, thank you, City of Chicago, for allowing us to be here today. It was wonderful to see Honeywell Aerospace along with Rotary Club of blah, 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 learning how to whatever with Oprah Winfrey. I'm just going to use this as an example. You have now taken your potential audience from 6,000 people from Sean, Kyle, and I to over, let's just say Chicago and Oprah alone have 1.6 million followers. There is a potential audience now of 1.6 million. Now, this is just real layman's term, but that's the simple equation of it. Here's another key. The reason why we have Honeywell here, Honeywell 41,000, Honeywell Aerospace 444, and Honeywell 436, etc. Now, when we do this, Amber and I usually focus about an hour and a half in our training to this alone, the whole social media. So we'll sit there and ask people, well, what's the one to do? And everybody looks because we've cheated and we've shown you. But most people make a mistake and they're in a hurry and they just want to tag quickly and they just find the first Honeywell and go with it. Make sure you find, because most corporations at the beginning, they have 3 or 4 sometimes pages, because once you create a page, you really can't get rid of it, if you will. So find the one that has the most reach, the most likes, and use that. But again, tagging is fun. Tagging is the key. And it really, what I like to say, and I don't mean it to be harsh, but if you're not tagging, and then we're going to get into hashtagging in a second, but if you're not tagging, you're wasting your time posting. You really are. And the last thing Amber likes to always bring up is, thanks for tagging me in a Facebook post, but I'm going to untag myself. For some reason, whenever we're out on the road in Rotary, people like to take photos of me looking like I weigh 7,000 pounds. So I like to untag myself, but don't take offense to that. And that also goes with corporations or celebrities or whatever you're working with. don't tag just to tag. It needs to be relevant to the point. But don't be offended if someone says, you know what, I really just can't be associated with this one post. I'm going to take it off. That's okay. Go ahead and tag away if it's appropriate and see what happens.
That I was going to mention that if you are tagged in something, you will get a notification saying you've been tagged in it. So people can choose to untag themselves, and it is okay. And we do like to give Patrick a hard time about untagging himself. So the next one is going to be hashtags. Hashtags are something I know a lot of you guys on this call, and you guys are social media monsters. You're already killing it a lot. But if you need to help explain this even to clubs or other people in your districts, hashtags are a really powerful way just to archive and put our posts in the correct folder on the whole World Wide Web. That's how we think about it. It's just creating a folder. So hashtag Rotary opens opportunities, or people of action. Let's use that one. Rotary people of action. If you go to Google right now and type in hashtag Rotary people of action, it's going to open that folder for you and put down every post that's ever been hashtagged with people of action. So it's a way to go back into that folder, pull it out, and take a look at it. In addition, those hashtagging and getting in the right folders and making those folders nice and fat also gives us some added SEO, that search engine optimization. So hashtagging is really an important part of posting. A couple of rules: no spaces, no punctuations. Capitalization does not matter. You can't own it. So make sure you research it first before you claim it as your club hashtag, and keep it brief. That's about all we're going to get into that.
And check real quickly. Also check and make sure that you're researching. One time, Amber and I were doing a talk somewhere, and there was this guy in the back of the crowd, and he went, "Oh no," because as we were telling them to research, he went ahead and researched the hashtag his club was using, and it was associated with a business they don't want to be associated with. So make sure, because again, you can't own hashtags. Make sure you research the hashtag that you want to use. And then once you're using it a lot, like Amber's about to get into, we have 6. This is old, by the way. This is maybe a year or two old. We own One District Strong now, our district 5870. I mean, it's been used so many times by our district. There's not going to be another district that says, "Hey, let me start using that," because they're not going to get the ownership that they want. But Amber, take it away.
The cool thing about this, though, as district PR people, right, is the people in the district that are trying to keep up with what's happening. It's a great way to go in and see the posts that are happening in your district. Once you have a district hashtag, this is where we turn to at the end of the year to start building out our videos and accolades for the clubs. We just go to the Google, type in our hashtag, and everything comes up for us. It's like pulling out that folder, going, "Oh, let's include this video, this image," and building out our accolades at the end of the year.
And it took time for the clubs to get into it. You have to really, and all your trainings and every single conference, you have to say, guys, please use hashtag whatever it is for your district. And if your district does not, whoever's listening to this, if you do not have a district hashtag, that is something to start immediately today. Find something that works for you. We started this hashtag 5-6 years ago, and now you can type it into Google and you will see everything you want to know, not only about our district, but also in images. You'll see a bunch of images about our district. So it works. And another key, just to give it to you real quick, and I can feel Amber saying clock, is give it time. It takes time for a hashtag to start really gaining traction. Xavier's district, we encouraged them to get a hashtag. They got it 4 or 5 years ago. And our dear friend Jan was like, "I don't know if it's working." And we said, "Well, hold on a second. Give it about a year. And it will start working." And of course they do. So it's all about more people posting and the time allotted.
We are getting really close to wrapping up, and we're going to try to make it here by 4:52, I think. But the art of posting brings it kind of all together. And this is just an example of that intuitive writing that we want to include both the hashtagging and tagging together. So excellent hashtag Zoom training tonight with fellow Rotarians at the district. Tag them. Really looking forward to learning more from at our membership chair about Rotary International. So we got Rotary International tagged. Membership on the next date, hashtag One District Strong, hashtag Service Above Self, and People of Action. And we've labeled our picture. That post is going to go out there and get a lot of reach that way because it's got all those moving parts coming together. Give me thumbs up if that's good information. All right, excellent. We have kind of made it into a nice little checklist as well. And I think everybody probably has seen this by now. It will also be part of the PowerPoint that's up there, but it's just a nice New Year Rotary checklist to supply your clubs in your district in, to give them a head start on starting their year off, make sure your website's been audited, that you got the new logos up there, your social media, that you have more than one admin. Don't forget about printed, like, share, and comment. So this will be included as well. And look at that.
Real quickly, I know we're almost done here. That checklist is something that the PEs now expect. And so we tell them, take this to your board immediately, right after pets, get going now, because it starts your year off right. So that's a really great tool for your district, and you can add it and make it your own, whatever's specific to you guys. Maybe you need to get more clubs to have a Facebook page. I don't know where your districts are at, but that is a wonderful tool to be communicating and have a checklist for you and your club presidents.
I was really trying to go back to that checklist and I accidentally unshared. So no,
Well,
sorry.
okay.
I wasn't trying to cut you off on that one.
In all the years that I've been doing this now, whenever we're on Zoom, I've never been thrown off Zoom before. So that was a unique experience.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
So we did want to make sure we ended on time so we can do any Q&A, make sure that we're answering your questions today.
All right. Thanks, Amber and Patrick and Xavier. And I want to add one thing here. Rotary International has given us as a regional public image team goals for the year. And I want to share these with you real quick because this is, this is important. Two of them have to deal with social media. Number 2, use your social media channels to tell at least 3 stories each month about Rotary service projects. And then number 5, promote 3 stories per month in your social media channels about what your districts and clubs are doing during Rotary Days of Service. When you can encourage your clubs and encourage the rest of the people in your district to have consistent posting, consistent hashtags, consistency all over, we can all then go find those best stories to tell them to a wider audience as well, which is something that from our team perspective, we're supposed to be doing. So if your district has a hashtag, great, encourage your clubs to use it, but then tell us what it is as well. So we can go on and see what those are. So we can share what those clubs are doing as well. So it'll add to everything that can keep going. But thank you so much to the 3 of you again for talking about that stuff. I think it was very good information today and very useful. And again, we have this all